Fernando Tatis Jr. made some history against the Marlins in yesterday's game. Ben Joyce, the rookie for the Angels, he was out there throwing 103 yet again, this time to Yordan Alvarez and the Astros. And I lost multiple brain cells watching the finale of the Guardians and Twins game. I cannot wait to recap that. Yeah, so much fun. And also, I'm hearing rumors that Shane Bieber is about to get traded, so we have a lot to talk about today. A quick reminder, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Now, before we talk about the Guardians and Twins game, I want to talk about the Diamondbacks and Rockies game. Rookie Brenton Doyle of the Rockies knocked in Colorado's first RBI, with Harold Castro and Nolan Jones doing their things as well to make it 3-0 after 6. Now, staying with the 6th inning, Ketel Marte, he has now been on base 30 games in a row after that walk. Christian Walker, he got on base as well. He continues to stay hot. He was one of the best hitters in the entire month of May in all of Major League Baseball. It was the 1st of June, so that guy will just not stop raking. After that 2-run double, he makes it 3-2 until the rookie Ezekiel Tovar, he sent one deep. Ketel Marte, he gets it right back. He steps up a few innings later and he rips a double to put ducks on a pond for the rookie Corbin Carroll, and the kid walks it off. He said that's his first ever walk-off ever. I'm talking Little League, college, high school, anything that you can think of. That is Corbin's first walk-off. If Corbin Carroll never improves, and this is peak Corbin, he's going to walk into the Hall of Fame. He could legitimately be one of the best players in baseball history if he never improves ever again. Here we go, a massive series between the Guardians and the Twins. The Guardians have been playing better as of late, so they're trying to get back into second, maybe even first place. Michael Taylor's solo home run put Minnesota up by 1, and Alex Kirilloff, he kept adding to the lead. Kirilloff is hitting .315 with an insane 457 on base percentage. Hello, Cleveland. They were basically handed the win on a silver platter, with Josh Bell tying it up and then Mike Zunino lacing a 2-run single to put them out in front by 3. Then Kepler left with the migraine. Correa left with plantar fasciitis. So again, Max Kepler and Carlos Correa are out the game, and then you bring in Trevor Stephan. And come on, Trevor, what are we doing? That RBI single from Solano kind of sucks, and that really sucks. Not for Royce Lewis, though, because if anyone was going to do it, I'm glad it was him. If you guys don't remember, I did a full-blown vlog with him back in the day, so he's a super nice kid, one of the nicest players I've ever met. He's coming back from ACL surgery, so happy for him. Willie Castro, he walks it off. Willie Castro has 10 extra base hits, 10 stolen bases, and an almost 120 OPS plus. He might be finding himself yet again. Now, before we move on, I do want to talk about the rumors that are surfacing right now. Shane Bieber, apparently, according to executives across the game of baseball, will be shipped before the deadline, and that makes sense considering the breakout seasons from Tanner Bybee and Logan T. Allen. And you have to remember that Tristan McKenzie is almost healthy. The two best prospects for the Cleveland Guardians are still pitchers. You have Daniel Espino, who was injured, and Gavin Williams, who's 6'6", throws a billion. So Shane Bieber getting traded for a bat and some bullpen depth, I think that's going to happen. If I had to put my life savings on it, I would predict that Shane Bieber is going to be a member of the St. Louis Cardinals before July comes to an end, or the LA Angels. Those are my two favorites to land Shane Bieber. Moving on over to the Jays and the Brewers game. Milwaukee, they lost this game in the first 14 seconds as Bo Bichette continues to prove why he is one of the best hitters, not just in the AL, but in all of Major League Baseball. He just turned 25 years old. He's on pace for a 39 home run, 235 base hit season. He's hitting .332, by the way. Matt Chapman is having a career resurgence. Not that he was bad per se by any means his first year in Toronto, but this year he has 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, and a 143 OPS plus, which is kind of what we saw from Chapman in his first 2 or 3 seasons. Kevin Gausman is having the best start to a season I think he's ever had. This second inning was crazy. Gausman, he was throwing 98. He struck out 2 hitters, and then Kevin Kiermaier showed why he's one of the best defenders ever, especially in center field. I mean, the guy is a former platinum glover as an outfielder. That was a crazy catch. Kevin Gausman almost went 7 shutout innings. He struck out 11 Brewers hitters along the way. He has 100 strikeouts in 75 innings. He has a 2.76 ERA as Jordan Romano comes in for his 13th save. The Jays only won 3-1, but to be honest with you, that game never felt close. I feel so bad for Chris Sale. Chris Sale turned in his best month since his return from injury last month in May. I think he had a 2.7 ERA or something like that. It was really good. Hopefully that left shoulder soreness is nothing too serious. The baseball gods, though, they had Boston's back. Devers, he got on with a free double because it got lost in the twilight, which sometimes the twilight is worse than having a ball hit directly into the sun. If you've played outfield or infield, if you know, you know. Justin Turner, he ties it on a single to right, and there's the lead. Enrique Hernandez cracked a solo shot to put Boston up by 1. But the Cincinnati rookie, Matt McLain, he wanted Boston fans to feel a little bit nervous. McLain is hitting almost .360 with 7 extra base hits and 9 RBIs in his first 15 games. and I guess there's nothing to be nervous about anymore if you're a Sox fan. Devers hit a 415-foot RBI double in the 8th inning, and after Enrique connected for another RBI base hit, this time a 2-run single, Connor Wong, he blasted off 11 doubles, 6 home runs, and a 105 OPS plus from Connor Wong, a catcher. That is amazing production. The Boston Red Sox beat the Reds 8-2. We're going to talk about Fernando Tatis Jr. making history and also Ben Joyce right after this game, so stay tuned. But the Mets, they're going for a sweep of the Phillies. Now, Trey Turner did use his legs to manufacture a run in the first inning, and the Phillies ended up scoring 2 off of Max Scherzer in the first inning. Taijuan Walker, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. He is straight up stealing money right now. He walked a few, and that set up an RBI opportunity for Jeff McNeil. McNeil delivers, and that stings. Taijuan, he served up a meatball to Mark Hanna, who deposited a 2-run home run into the left field bleachers. From there, Mad Max, he did his thing. He turned the Phillies inside out, striking out 9 Phillies over 7 innings. He now has a 1.08 ERA and an almost 10.5 strikeouts per 9 over his last 4 starts. The Mets do end up sweeping the Phillies, and this was a massive series for the Mets starting pitchers as Carrasco, Senga, and Mad Max all had really good games. Fernando Tatis Jr. did not hit a home run in this game, but he still had a monster day offensively. He smokes an RBI double early, and speaking of smoking baseballs, Gary goes yard again. That's back-to-back games with a long ball. Imagine if he clicks in San Diego and baseball gets primed Gary all over again. Like, if you don't remember, he had 20 home runs in his first 53 big league games back in 2016, so that was many, many moons ago, but I'm holding out hope. Brandon Dixon and Jake Cronenworth, as you just saw, they both contribute with a few RBI singles, and Gary steps in with 2 runners on and rips one up the middle. So that's a 3 RBI day for Gary Sanchez and a 4 RBI day for Fernando Tatis Jr. He's the 3rd player since 1961 to have 3 doubles, 4 RBIs, and a stolen base in a single game. I am so mad at him for unplugging his brain and not turning in that ringworm medication in the offseason, and he got busted. Like, he is so good at baseball, but he's so stupid sometimes. Anyways, moving on. You guys know I love Fernando Tatis Jr. I've been accused of glazing him, but whatever. Joe Musgrove had himself a day as well. Check out the clutch double play with the bases loaded, and then he struck out Yuli Gurriel to escape the jam. He went 6 shutout, only allowed 3 base hits. The Padres, wow, they decimate the Marlins 10-1. The Angels were in Houston, one of my favorite series to watch of any game all year. The Angels got out in front by 1 in the second when Jose Abreu lifts a fly ball to Hunter Renfroe. Kyle Tucker's on third base, so you know we're about to get a fun play at the plate. Kyle barely gets in there, a game of inches. Hunter Renfroe has an absolute cannon. Brandon Drury, he charged up and hit one to the train tracks, but I really just think that made the Houston Astros mad because Yainer Diaz, he went up the middle to tie it, and Gio Urshela, he was lucky to not be given an error on that play, and it was smoked by Alex Bregman, but luckily Bregman is going to get credited with a 2 RBI single. And now it's time for some drama because Taylor Ward, he got screwed, like absolutely hosed by an umpire. Speaking of umpires, did you know that 13 years ago today, Armando Galarraga was hosed by Jim Joyce, the first base umpire? That should have been a perfect game, but anyways, back to the Angels at the Astros. That one should have been a ball 4 with the bases loaded, so the Angels should have another RBI. Instead, Houston, they escaped that jam, and they got even more run support in the 8th, courtesy of Jose Abreu. The Halos are tied for 3rd place in that division. They are 6.5 games back of the Rangers, but I can't not show Ben Joyce throwing 100 miles an hour another 11 to 15 times or whatever it was. He has not thrown a single fastball under 100 miles an hour in his first 2 innings as a big leaguer. Another shutout frame with 2 strikeouts. He's looking like the real deal. I'm hoping that hitters never figure him out because he's so much fun to watch. So that does it for today's MLB recap. There was only a handful of games. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next recap.